Welcome to Diary of the Law. To our old, our new subscribers alike, everyone, welcome. This is Diary of the Law. If you're like me, then you order a lot of things. You like buying things. And when you buy things, especially when you buy it online, sometimes the what you get is not necessarily what you ordered. So you have this whole what I ordered is what I got scandal. But then it's important that you know that in law there are some certain things that the seller owes you. You are entitled to certain things because you are a buyer. That's what we're going to talk about today. So yeah, are you ready? Are you sat? Are you sat? Let's go. So when you buy things, there's an implied condition as to description. Description. And this essentially explains that when you buy something, whatever the seller tells you that this is what's supposed to look like, what's supposed to look like. So there's no space for, oh, I ordered this and I got this. You can't order an iPhone and get a Techno. Do you understand? So let's go. Section 13 of the Sale of Goods Act provides that where there's a contract for the sale of goods by description, there's an implied condition that the goods shall correspond with the description. And if the sale be by sample as well as by description, it is not sufficient that the bulk of the good correspond with the sample if the goods do not also correspond with the description. So description basically means the quality, the quantity, the attributes of those goods. And so what the Sale of Goods Act explains in this scenario is that where you buy something by description, the seller has told you that, oh, I'm going to send you a basket of clothes. The clothes are cotton fabrics, they are yellow in color. They told you all these things. It is important that whatever you get should match that particular description. It should match the quality that has given you. It should even also match the quantity, right? So you shouldn't get 20 instead of getting 25. You understand? So the goods must match the description provided. They must match the description. Especially where the buyer gives you specific details and says, oh, this is how I want my goods to be like. It's important that you keep to that particular description that has given you. You shouldn't, honestly, I don't think there is space for creative freedom when your buyer has already given you what they want. For instance, I'm wearing this very pretty dress from Seki. I told Seki I wanted this. Seki cannot just come and give me something else when I wanted this. And so the buyer must get what he asked for. You cannot say, oh, I feel like you're just going to look dull on you. I want to give you a red dress. That's not what I wanted. That's not what your buyer wanted. So why are you as the seller giving the buyer what they did not ask for? So please, it's important that based on this section of the Sale of Goods Act and what is acceptable in regular society, that whatever the buyer wants is what the buyer should get. Whatever the buyer wants is what the buyer should get. It should match the description. It should match the quality. It should match the quantity. It should match the attributes. It should match every stipulation that given by the buyer to the seller. You understand? Great. Now, in the case of Remore and Co. versus Landacor, this is what happens, right? The buyer said that he would like to buy some canned fruits and wanted the canned fruits to be packed in packs of 30. He wanted them to be packed, 30, 30, 30, 30, right? The seller goes ahead and he packs the canned fruits in groups of 24. And the court held that the buyer wanted it to be packed in groups of 30, even though the canned fruits were complete in their entirety. The detail that the buyer gave that it must be packed in groups of 30 was not followed. And so as a result of that, the buyer had a claim as to an implied condition as to description because the seller did not follow the very specific, the strict instructions that he had given him. You understand? You might be thinking that, is this not a bit extreme? I mean, the goods are still complete and all that. But in law, and especially when it relates to commercial transactions, the law must be strict. If you think about it on a larger scale, if you think about it perhaps when it relates to something like maybe gold that's so expensive, that is so valuable, the buyer giving you silver or copper, that is outrageous because he has not matched your description. And so even if he gave you 24 bars of silver, you wanted 24 bars of gold. That is still not what you wanted. So that is how the law works in this case. And so I think that I would always tell business owners, I would tell people that do business, as well as buyers as well, that you have the right to get what you wanted. And so this thing that we do in society where we just say, oh, manage it. No, 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 no. I mean, there's obviously a place for it is for that. But when it comes to the law, you get what you wanted. Yeah, you get what you wanted. You understand? Great. Now let's talk about another case. That's the case of Varley versus Whip. Varley versus Whip. So in this case, this is what happened. The buyer wanted to buy a reaping machine. It's more like a harvester, basically, right? And the seller told him that this reaping machine, oh, it's almost, it's second hand, but it's almost quite new. It's just a year old. You can use it to harvest a large number of grains. It's very good. It's great. And then Varley then buys the reaping machine, only to find out that the reaping machine is very old. It cannot even do what it's supposed to do. And the court held that in this case there has been a breach of an implied condition as to description, because what the seller told him rather was that this reaping machine is only 1 year old, and then he buys and then it's very, very old. It's much older than 1 year. And so based on that, there's a breach of an implied condition as to description. Now, what can the buyer do? You are a buyer, you have bought something from a vendor, and what you got is not what you wanted. What do you do now? Now, the law's provision is that the buyer has a right to recover damages or to repudiate the entire contract. Say, you know what? I don't want it again. Just give me my money back. I don't want. Just give me my money back. Give me. And so you can either sue for damages for the part that isn't great, or you can get the contract ended. You can repudiate the contract in its entirety. So that's basically how that works. And so even if the goods are merchant, even though the goods are good, even though the goods are complete, if it's not what you wanted, get your money back. Get your money back. So yeah, that's actually about it for the implied condition as to description. Get what you want. You deserve that. Okay, so get what you want. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and I'll attend to them in the comment section. Have a great day. Stay legal, stay safe, and have a nice day. And like I always say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you where will I see you? In the next video.